welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here already. My name is Kariel if this is your first time here. I film these videos every month. Basically in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how I did with my budget for this month, and I'm going to talk about my goals for next month, and I'm going to give you guys some business updates. But first, before I get into that, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who is new here. We officially passed 700 subscribers. We actually only just had our 500 subscriber giveaway recently, so very excited to hit this next milestone, and hopefully we can hit 1,000 before the end of the year. So if this is your first time here, or if you just need a refresher, I recently quit my job, and I did that so that I could work full-time as a content creator and run my own digital marketing and management consulting agency. So there have been a lot of changes, and last month I did a full video on what my expenses look like, what my income looks like, just like my plans for the next few months, and basically the whole backstory. So if you just want to know the backstory and what happened and why I decided to make that choice, you can go look at that video up here. But this video is basically going to be us catching up, how things have been going, have I stuck to my goals, and I'm nervous. I really hope that by watching this video you'll get the motivation to start tracking your expenses, keeping track of your finances, and reducing your unnecessary spending so that you can put it towards things that you actually care about later down the line. Sometimes it takes a little bit of saving and a little bit of time, but you can get there. Good money habits are basically what gave me this opportunity to spend this time working for myself. It's not something that just kind of came about. Anyway, I hope this helps, and let's get into it. I wrote down all of my information here so I can basically go through everything with you at my laptop. So last month, I went through all of my recurring expenses with you guys. So again, if you want all of that information, you can go ahead to my last video and watch that. I also gave you estimates of what my monthly spending was on some other things. And I did a breakdown of my income sources, and I talked about being confused about taxes and how I was going to sort out all of that stuff. And then I also gave myself some limits and some goals for this month. So all of my... So I actually gave myself a limit of $250 for the month of October. I gave myself a gas limit of $75, and that did not work out. I actually spent a lot more on gas this month that I just didn't realize that I spent this much on gas. And then I also said that I'm going to keep my general spending under $1,000. So I have actually been pretty nervous about filming this video, but last week I sat down and I wrote out all of my expenses in my budgeting sheet. So I'm actually going to pull up my spreadsheets right now. Okay, so let's talk about my expenses for the month of October. So like I said, I did this budgeting video at the absolute end of September, and I was like, for October, these are my goals. So I said that I spent $236 in September for groceries, so I gave myself the budget of $250 for groceries moving forward. In October, I spent $51.31, so it's definitely way under budget for groceries. I bought a lot of groceries in September, so they really lasted for the entire month. So I didn't really have much to worry about, just had to pick up little things here and there. And I usually do my grocery shopping like that. So for November, I know that there will be a larger grocery bill, but that's okay because it's going to spread. You know, I think it's going to spread throughout the next month, but then there's also things like Thanksgiving and Christmas, which I'll be doing like a little bit more cooking, extra cooking, so we'll see when we get there. I said I was going to give you an actual idea of what I spend on restaurants, going out, takeout, that kind of stuff. So I spent $283.02 on restaurants personally for this month. I have a separate restaurant bill on my business side because a lot of the videos that I do on YouTube is also considered part of my business expenses. I do a lot of videos on Croix and different foods that you can find here, or if I'm like traveling to other places and I'm showing you food and stuff in those places, and those are also considered business expenses. So those are separate from these expenses. So these are just whenever I decide that I want to go out and eat, and I'm not doing it for social media or for YouTube. I also spent $9.20 on coffee, which is not very typical. I don't usually spend any money on coffee, but I've been going to the coffee shop recently just to do work and stuff, or just like hanging out with my brother, so I have a coffee bill this month. So yeah, on food in total I spent $343.53. So that's gonna give you a better idea of what my expenses are on food per month. So more expenses, housing, we already talked about that. I don't really have to worry too much about that. Personal care, so this month things that are included in this are things like the gym, my membership. I pay $57.50 every month. We talked about that in my last video with my recurring expenses. But this month I also spent $112.10, and that's under my health and wellness section, but really that was mostly from when I went to get my and got my hair done when I was in St. Thomas. I got it straightened and I got it cut, and I'm very happy with it, and I think it was well worth it. That was actually the first time ever that I let anybody else, actually maybe when I was like little somebody else cut my hair, but from like middle school to a month ago I was the only one who ever cut my hair. So someone cut my hair last month, I got it done, I liked it, loved it, and you guys will see it in the vlog. So in total on personal care I spent $169.60. That's really just not typical at all. I don't get my hair done often. I don't usually do like anything like crazy like that. So next category is transportation. So like I said, I gave myself a budget of $75 for gas, and this month I spent $104.74. I also spent $6.70 on Ubers when I was traveling in Puerto Rico. So my total for October is $111.44. I definitely want to reduce that bill. Something that's also not typical, I have an entertainment section in here. I don't usually go to the movies, but I went to the movies like 3 times last month just because friends were visiting. There were movies that they wanted to see. Movies are not necessarily my thing. I don't keep up with what movies are coming out, but if other people want to go, then I'll go. So I spent $41.27 on movies last month, and then I also bought like miscellaneous things. So my total amount of spending with just random shopping was $108.31. And then I have my work expenses, which I'm not going to get into too much detail in this video, but maybe in the next one I'll be able to give you guys some more details on that end. I wish I could actually give you details, but I've been having a lot of problems with the banks here on island, and I had to pay extra in order to see what my transactions were before my statement comes out, and my statement isn't out yet, so I can't actually give you guys any accurate numbers right now. So I'm still on a hunt to figure out what bank I'm going to. Well, I've decided on a bank. I just have to actually take myself there to open the account, and hopefully I'll have a better experience there. So I will update you guys on that. But my total spent for October on personal expenses was $639.57. Now is the part where we're going to talk about my income and any business updates that I have for you guys. I'm still not putting a lot of pressure on myself to get a whole bunch of clients right now. I'm just taking it slow. Having a slow start, and I'm pretty happy with the way that things have been going. Right now I have 2 long-term clients, 1 short-term client, and I've done 1 like project that's completed. So things are going well, and so far it's all been like word of mouth, people who are just interested or hearing about me from other people, and I've been getting some recommendations from some other people. So it's just been really good, and I'm excited to see how this is going to grow in the future. Right now my business is making about the same amount that I was making in my past job. Obviously I'm not going to be taking all of that money for myself, because then my business would not survive. I do have business expenses I need to take care of and taxes that I'll need to take care of, so I'm only allowing myself to take a certain portion of it. But I'm really happy again with how things are going, and I'm not putting too much pressure on myself right now for it to, like, I'm not going to take on too much work all at once. I'd rather like slowly build my way up to taking on more clients. I am very happy, just happy with the freedom that I have. Things have been working out. I have some really great clients. I really love working on the projects that I'm working on right now, and I don't know, life is just good. I am able to do a lot more things than I have been able to do before. I'm definitely busy, but it's not like draining, so I'm feeling really good about life right now. thank you to Jasmine for asking me the question on my last video. She asked if I had any plans for like saving or investing. So I do have some stocks, so I'm definitely investing. I haven't been like actively investing. I do want to continue to learn more about it, so that's one of my goals for this like break, is to just actually set aside some time to learn more about investing in things like stocks and stuff. I haven't really gotten into crypto or anything like that because it kind of scares me. Saving, so I'm basically living on my savings right now. So I mean, I do have like my income from my business now, which is great, but like I'm mostly like relying on that right now. So like I'm still going to try to save more on my business side for anything in the future, but I'm not necessarily doing any personal saving at this point in time. So I have some goals that I wrote down that I want to take into November. Today's November 20th, and I would like to say that I've been doing well at this. I think I've been doing okay. I need to actually sit down and see what my expenses were and then be able to talk about it. We're going to be remaking this video in about 2 weeks, so I'm going to give you guys the breakdown on November. But my goals for November were to reduce my personal spending, especially when it comes to restaurant spending, and to mostly push my restaurant spending over to my business side. So if I do go out and eat, it's something that I'm doing for YouTube or something that I'm doing for social media. So just to reduce my personal spending on eating out. And I have been doing a lot more cooking at home, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So make sure you stay tuned for next month's video. I said that I'm almost at the midpoint of November, so I have been spending too much on food, so I'm going to buy groceries and try to turn that around. So that was last week when I wrote this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So my goal is to reduce my spending on food. Meanwhile, I don't know, it just hasn't been working out like that well, I think. I actually just came back from brunch. Today was Adriel's birthday brunch. His birthday's tomorrow. Tell him happy birthday down in the comments. But yeah, I've been spending a lot still on food. So we'll see in next month's video how bad I've been. But I think I've reduced it in other places. So maybe it's not as bad as we think. I'm stressed. Subscribe if you believe in me. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed already. We're hitting goals out here. Very excited about it. Anyways, stay tuned for next month's video, which is happening in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I'm sorry this video was a little all over the place. For some reason, when I do sit down videos, I get a lot more nervous, because I don't get nervous at all really for when I'm vlogging, but I'm gonna get better at it. I'm outside. I'm supposed to feel more relaxed, so we're gonna try to, you know what, if I really didn't have to deal with all of the noise and everything else that's happening around me, maybe it would be better. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like it, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.